Hello, welcome to this video. This is a 23-minute improv introducing the human evolver and some of the other contributions I believe will be coming soon from me. It's an improv, so it takes a few minutes to get the momentum going, but here's a shot of a few key points that are, I think, fantastic and amazing. I love you. I look forward to making a contribution to your life and your family. I will not be having eye contact in this. I'll be focusing all of my attention on reading my notes. And welcome to Improve Our World, where our mission is in our name, to improve our world one person, one family at a time. Thousands of years ago, men and women recognized that heightened consciousness when living with compassion and thanks was a fundamental truth that as science has developed with instruments to verify the internal experiences beyond the person's perception, this truth is fundamental and will be a key element of the human evolver, which is Improve Our World's main product at this time. It's our first. This internal state is named coherence, which identifies the coherence and connection between the brain and the heart, where the actual vibrations of the body that are measured and identified with instrumentation is able to see a clarity, a relaxation of health and clarity in the mind and body, and which heightens the ability for that individual to perceive and interact with life as well. When they do, they will express that kindness and caring and thankfulness outward to create a functional social setting wherever they express those thoughts based on the internal health of coherence. The problem in our world today is that we're missing this. The world has not discovered this powerful and profound truth, which basically is the cause, possibly the sole cause of poverty, disease, hate, and violence. The absence of coherence and kindness is showing up everywhere. When the natural and competitive, healthy drive is balanced with wisdom, with coherence, the higher levels of civilization are realized and exist not through domination, but rather through a logical and wise cooperation that enhances human civilization and, very importantly, the advancement of our science and our technology. This is one powerful and profound truth we all want to realize and acknowledge, is that as technology has evolved, life has become better. You need no go back further than 1,000 years or even a couple hundred years before science and medicine has stabilized health and increased our ability to think and cooperate and collaborate together. Go back further to horses and carriages and disease and hate and violence was significantly higher, although hate and violence still exists today. Go back further, when sticks and stones were our highest form of technology, life was significantly different. We were basically on the equality of existence as an animal in the wild. And with the advancements of language to communicate effectively, to interpret and identify the relevant forces present in life, this is what the advancement of science and knowledge, to the degree of discovering and practicing coherence, that then creates a civilization that is based in love and kindness, yet still has the fire of competitive spirit with a logical and clearly defined line to pull back short of violence, creating hate and unhealthy experiences by individuals and groups of individuals. The human evolver, which is improve our world's first product is technology that is intended to optimize health, ability, and character, to optimize each individual that uses the technology to realize the highest level of experience, of being that's possible, not just without technology, but because of the technology. This is what creates this higher level of existence, where the heights of the genius of Einstein and Newton possibly could become common inside of every single human being. That could be the bare minimum of what's possible. When technology is optimized as a resource, as a tool inside a home, to be eventually put inside of every single home for the benefit of all, from the wealthiest to the poorest, we become a smarter, more intelligent, more skilled, superior race of beings because of one specific reason of technology enhancing human ability, habits in all relevant ways that benefit all of us. We become a superior being, and our quality of life is increased exactly the same as it has since we were out in nature like an animal with sticks and stones. That same level of advancement could very well be realized with technology being used to empower people to realize coherence within and then continue to develop themselves to realize the highest levels of ability in all relevant aspects, not only scientific advancement, but also physical health, happiness, spirituality, and interactions in society in ways that uplifts the quality of life for everyone. Everyone, that is. This first product of the human evolver is certainly the most exciting, but humbly, I have many more ideas as I've lost the ability to sell my product, and I've had a torturous last 20 years. But during those 20 years, I continued to work on the product, the condition, the ideas. And one of my most exciting ideas, one of many, is the idea of turning music into a competitive, into a specific art form that more than just is entertaining, rather specifically becomes an element of enhancing human ability, experience in all relevant ways. When you combine rhythm, melody to create a prosody with lyrics, to create a prosody to input information in specifically specified ways that create stability and increased ability to focus and solve and interact and complete task. This is what music can become. Still entertaining, still wonderfully beautiful, but also serve a purpose of advancing human civilization and all of our quality of life. This musical instrumentation to empower humanity, you can relate it to being jet fuel for human civilization, not just to enhance it a little bit, but let's create a powerful resource that creates a significant revolution in our evolution of our consciousness and human existence. Another very important insight I discovered and found that many other people had discovered and played with the same idea, and that's rhythmic syncopation for the purpose of realizing and sustaining gamma brainwave burst. The genius is achieved by gamma burst, where the brain processes huge amounts of information in the blink of an eye, literally 1/10, 1/5 of a second, almost like the ignition of a motor in a car. It cuts that quick. But when you string them together because of coherent thought and focus with intent, those spikes happen separated between time where it drops down. And think of it as a drummer in a band where they're beating the beat, and all of a sudden they hit a bunch of beats in a small instance, followed by another couple with a pause, and then another couple, and then an accelerated burst. And it's those pauses, and it's that rhythmic dance between a slow speed, getting your momentum, accelerating, and then bursting. That's the gamma genius. That's what can create human beings around the world having insights to create an exponential growth in human ability, human knowledge, human science, and human experience for all of us. One of the ideas that I share in my heart and hope to share with humanity, just imagine, if you will, if the most powerful and wealthy people in the planet bought into this and they devoted their resources for the purpose of profit, mind you, for the purpose of profit. But it also serves as an ignition, an ignitement of human civilization to become smarter, to become superior in every way that benefits all of us. Just think if this product was begun to be put inside of homes around the world, wherever the leader of that country would allow, and it generated a source of profit and an upsell of other products, an incredible source of resource, but it changed the planet. Because imagine if you will, if the scientific advancements of human civilization of today was multiplied hundreds of thousands of times, instead of having a community of scientists that worked, that maybe had 100,000, maybe a million. Just think, my friend, if it was multiplied thousands of times and there was literally billions of people in the comfort of their home, nurtured with technologically precise stimuli in perfectly organized and harmonic environments in a home where family, love, and coherence existed, that also spread out into the communities in between the homes. And there was this union, this uniting of human consciousness, doing what? Playing with energy, advancing human civilization, becoming smarter and superior, but also to discover what we don't know yet. Think about what we know today and go back 1,000 years. Think about the difference. There's just as much or more yet to be discovered. Think about what would happen if the whole planet bought in and saw the logic and saw the love and saw the benefit of getting interested in the most relevant and most interesting topic on the planet, and that's science. Remember back when you were a child and you'd leave the home and you'd go somewhere new, and it was so exciting because it was new. It was undiscovered territory for you as a young person. By the way, that's called fresh mind, which, by the way, has been around as long as coherence. It's a simple mental technique that we all can engage in. Well, just think, my friend, if humanity united and every single human being was on the same page of living together harmoniously and exploring science, discovering the unknown. And if we had technology and artificial intelligence making the pathways of exploration and discovery fun and entertaining, as entertaining as a sitcom on a weeknight watching television, just as fun, just as humorous, just as amazing, to make this planet amazing, because we, as a race of beings, unite in a logical and powerfully profound way that if there was a God, God would smile. This is what's possible for us when we see the possibilities that exist in profit for people at the top and the benefit for the poor and the middle class and for all of us collectively to realize an amazing level of existence, a futuristic level. Just think of it, my friend. Think about what it was like thousands of years ago as an animal in the wild with no language, sticks and stones as our tools. And there were many animals that we were not protected from. They were in the same habitats we were in, and they would come along and eat us and kill us for their meal in the food chain of society. That level of existence, just think how we're better off we are now. Advance it, my friend. Take it forward. At the same level of change, what's possible in the future when what? This type of logical coherence within the individual, within the family, within the community, within every community, town, and nation around the world. We could create a single language that every person in every planet learns so that they can coexist. Where? In a social platform network where everybody plays together to work on the most important project that humanity can work on, and that's called the generation and the control of energy. The very essence of our existence is the one thing that I humbly believe that all of humanity will benefit from by working on, testing it, playing with it in positive ways that are fun, but also with a purpose to discover. Just like that child that plays in a new place where they've never been before. And blessed is the coherence that existed in their body because they were free from fear and they were exploring happy, their heart and their brain in the same vibe of genius, the clear alpha state, perceiving and seeing, and the gamma burst to discover. This is what's possible in the future. I humbly believe that although my life the last 20 years has been lacking in business acumen because of my habit of choosing not to market. When I was a real estate agent, I used to market every day for about an hour and a half a day. And it made me to become the number one agent for a few years in the town that I grew up in and currently live in. And that marketing has been gone. And yet, I believe during those times, it's this devotion to developing the human evolver, which has both blessed and cursed the life my wife and I have faced. I believe that properly funded, I could evolve improve our world to become a first servicer, provider of this important technology, but then becoming a scientific plant where we discover advancing this critical new technology, but also becoming involved with municipalities to improve the functionality of communities living together, to unite humanity, and also advancing artificial intelligence and robots as robots become significantly populated participants in society. It's going to revolutionize planet Earth. With the human evolver, we can make that tremendously, potentially disruptive introduction into a blessing when humanity unites through logical coherence within the individual and in community of societies of people. I'm excited to move this forward. I request that you consider the ideas here, the possible profit, as well as the potential blessings you can have in your life if you choose to begin to use the product and to focus on creating coherence within, to focus on finding the rhythmic syncopations of your conscious thought, focusing on relevant topics of your life, as well as scientific advancement if you choose to, but also just mastering your life, discovering all of the hours of subconscious thought, of mindless self-talk that lowers the quality of your life and mine and everybody's. And when we use technology, that these products will be available in the weeks ahead, where we can condition the mind to stay coherent and relevantly plugged into the purpose of your life, so you can experience the best that's possible for you in your life, starting now. Starting now when you choose to engage a caring, compassionate thankfulness for your life in the moment that's happening now, and you engage utilizing neuro-linguistics programming and the many relevant and simple techniques to change your state, to engage coherence, and to develop your skills and your strengths of ability to master all elements of your life. And as an investor, you have an opportunity to spread this delivery of this service to thousands and then millions and then billions of homes, creating a solid revenue and also an industry to bring about a wonderful blessing for all of human civilization, including your children and your grandchildren and great-grandchildren and your life as well, as you, if you haven't yet, to create that internal coherence where your choice and conditioning to care for your life logically, powerfully, with compassion and thankfulness, your life is transformed into the best life possible for you, whether you're a wealthy investor or an impoverished person living on the street, or a middle class or upper middle class person living your life. Whatever your craft, whether you're a lawyer or a carpenter, a teacher or a laborer or a secretary or an admin or a computer programmer, whatever you are, this internal state of coherence is what will bless your life and bless all of humanity's as each person joins the movement, the increased coherency around planet Earth could possibly, my friend, emergence is a fascinating word if you've never heard it before. And by the way, when you study human consciousness, that is a key word, a powerful word to identify the amazing incredibleness of this consciousness that emerges from within our body. And it emerges because of the union of thousands of separate, different little sparks of energy, of consciousness. Could that same emergence happen when billions of human beings around the planet become united? Could it? It's exciting. It's possible, theoretically. There may be too much distance between the individuals compared to the distance between the sparks of energy inside the brain, but it's possible. Possibly when we develop energy sources within the body, clean fuel, batteries that empower our consciousness within our spinal cord from heart up to the brain, possibly that increased energy within us would allow that energy to reach a critical mass where something could emerge within humanity, within planet Earth, where we realize something special, something unknown to us. Who knows? Maybe planet Earth would turn into a rocket ship. Oh, just kidding. It's fun to play. It's fun to give. I look forward to having the opportunity to realize my dream to help people around the world in the most amazing ways I can imagine, without any limitation to what's possible. Just imagine, seek, explore, and then, properly funded, develop what may be not considered realistic, maybe becomes real when billions of human beings work together collectively in a coherent, communicative form of a social platform where the relevant information is dispersed with artificial intelligence to allow young people, old people to just play with. We discover things by simply moving our thoughts down a path, across a path, up a path, where we bump into new ideas. And united and cared for with compassion and thankfulness, the human civilization could realize something amazing, something absolutely incredible. I hope and pray that I have the blessing to begin to build a team to realize this wonderful vision. I love you and hope I have the opportunity to bless your life.